Hey friends, this is Rick Renner, and today I want to talk to you again about the SYCAMINE tree. But first, somebody asked me, Rick, why do you always wear black? Are those the same clothes you have on every day? The answer is no, but thank you for asking. I wear black every day because nothing has to match. And when you travel and live like we have lived, I just do what's easiest. So I wear black pants, black shirt, black socks, black, black, black. And so this is not the same clothes I had on yesterday. I just have a whole lot of the same thing. But now that I've answered your question about my clothes, now let's go to Luke chapter 17, where Jesus said that we are to speak to the sycamine tree. Luke chapter 17, where Jesus is talking about bitterness and unforgiveness. And Jesus said, if you had faith as a grain of a mustard seed. Now, mustard seed is very small. Now, remember the disciples had just said, oh, Lord, increase our faith, forgiving it so hard. You have to have so much faith to do this. And Jesus literally said, what are you talking about? You're making this harder than it is. It doesn't take a whole lot of faith to do what I'm saying. All you need is the faith the size of a grain of mustard seed, and you can speak to this sycamine tree and tell it to be plucked up by the roots and be cast into the sea, and it will obey you. And Jesus used the sycamine tree as an example of bitterness and unforgiveness taking root in our hearts. Now, yesterday we saw the sycamine tree was the most bitter of all trees in the Middle East, and usually it was poor people who ate the sycamine tree. And likewise, bitterness, unforgiveness, offense that's rooted in your heart, it will make you spiritually poor. You will become bitter. It is bitter fruit. But there's something else you need to know about the sycamine tree. The sycamine tree was, are you listening? Listen careful. The preferred wood for building caskets. Whoa. The preferred wood for building caskets. And when Jesus referred to bitterness and unforgiveness as a sycamine tree, he was literally saying, this is something that will put you 6 feet under. It is deadly to your spiritual life. Bitterness and unforgiveness is deadly. This is casket material. Think of how many people you know who've lost their joy, they've lost their victory. You can remember a time when they were so fun to be with, but they've kind of been spoiled through life. But you know, everybody has spoiling experiences, everybody. But one person responds to it differently than the other. And if we allow bitterness to take hold of us, my friends, it's burial material. This is casket material. This can put you and me under. And that's why Jesus said, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Better just to let it go than to allow an offense bury you. Speak to this sycamine tree. Now, when we come back tomorrow, we're going to see something else about the sycamine tree. Something fabulous. Something that really makes sense. But I think for today, that's enough for you to think about.